so we've got seated row. Seated row is one of my favourite exercises. I like it because it gives me that nice kind of toned look in my back, but not with that kind of wide, chunky look that a lot of people like. So again, setting yourself up with your seated row, you want to make sure that this chest plate or pad is pretty much in the central part of your chest, okay? So right in that sternum bone, so that's a good gauge. Also making sure that the seat is at the right height, so again, you can adjust that. So sitting yourself nice and close to the seat pad, so you can adjust it by putting it out, okay? Should be sitting upright, shouldn't be leaning in or collapsing forward, and you shouldn't be leaning back, okay? So you should be basically at a right angle. So grabbing those handles, so you've got a set of handles. So these actually twist. So you can either do a narrow grip or you can do a wide grip, okay? So it's up to you. So have a little play with the grips. The wide grip's obviously going to work a little bit wider on your back. The narrow grip's going to work more that middle back, okay? So again, on a weight that you can lift. Now with your feet, I'm easy with your feet, so you can either pop them on the foot plates or keep them flat on the floor. It's up to you, whatever you feel more stable doing. So we'll do a couple of reps of the narrow row. So again, sitting up nice and tight, my abs are on tight, my head is up, I'm not collapsing forward into that caved in chest. So squeezing my shoulder blades together at the back, my arms stay nice and close to the ribs, and I'm slowly releasing. So squeeze those back muscles, slowly releasing. Squeeze. So again, I like to pause at the back, okay, just really focus on squeezing the shoulder blades together. And you'll notice that my shoulders actually stay nice and low. So they're not coming up here or around it, they stay nice and flat, okay? Keeping everything locked in tight. With the wide grip, so again, you can do that wide grip. So just turn those hands so that the palms are facing the floor. Squeeze. So again, you're just working a little bit wider across the top of the back rather than through the middle. So keeping my chest in contact with that chest pad at all times. And my arms go a little bit more flat and horizontal to the floor. Okay? So breathing in when you're releasing and squeeze and breathing out when you're pulling. Okay? Nice and smooth, abs on tight. You'll notice that I'm not actually pulling, I'm just dragging those handles. That's what you want. You want to drag those handles. Now you can alternate, it's up to you. Okay? For ladies, I think you prefer a narrow grip. Okay? That's going to give you same amount of tone, same amount of strength. With the boys, they like to get it wide, they like the sides, so they're going to drag those handles a little bit wide. But like I said, play around with it. It's your body. You know, work yourself so that you're working hard. Obviously, don't overwork yourself either, okay? Second one we got today is lat pull down. So we're going to work through the lat pull down a little bit slowly. A bit of wedgie, that's right. So getting set up with your lat pull down, you've got a few things to do. You want to make sure that your feet are flat on the ground, okay? So there is an adjusting pad here. So again, just pulling that pin out, sliding your legs under, making sure that the pad is keeping those feet on the ground. Okay? So it's got to click in. Again, making sure that it's on a weight that you can lift is always a good thing. Now we're going to work through a few different hand grips as well. Again, play around with it. So the first grip we're going to start with is a wide grip. So grabbing outside that bend, so it's a nice solid grip that you've got there. Bring down, feet flat on the floor. And you want to scoot yourself forward so that the middle of your thigh is under that pad. So looking up at the middle of this pulley, that's where my eyes are. So my abs are on tight. I have a little bit of a lean back, okay? I've got a little bit of a lean back, but I'm in control of my body. And I'm going to pull that handle down to the top of my chest. So my elbows stay nice and flat, okay? They don't collapse in and they don't fly out. So they stay nice and flat. I'm really squeezing my shoulder blades together and I'm in control at all times. So breathing out on the way up, breathing down when we're pulling, and my abs are on nice and tight, okay? So you want to avoid this. Oh yeah! Oh! And you want to avoid this. These are two wrong movements, okay? So a good gauge for me is I bring that handle down, there's a little groove just here, that's where I'm aiming to get the middle of that bar down to. Obviously be careful and don't take your chin out, but that's a good gauge. It's going to give you a good muscle squeeze as well. Anything lower or higher, you're not quite hitting that range. So second group, again, this is probably more for the ladies, working that middle of the back. A little bit closer, so it's the same depth, so you're bringing that bar down to the same spot. Your hands are in a little bit tighter, and still pressing those elbows forward, okay? So you don't want to collapse those elbows in. You want to keep them out to the side and still squeezing those back muscles together, okay? So still in control, just working more towards the middle of that back. Okay, and the last one we've got, we're going to hit more, a little bit more bicep and middle back. So hands in quite narrow, palms facing away. Same thing, pulling that bar down. So this time my hands or my elbows are pointing towards the back wall. Still got that slight lean back, and I'm activating my biceps a little bit more. So still bringing that bar down to that spot just on my chest, and squeezing my back muscles. Okay? So another 2 exercises to add in. 2 back to 1 chest is my rule, okay, for posture reasons, and make sure you're working it nice and even, okay? So those are some exercises I want you to add in. Let me know how you go, and give us your feedback as well on these videos, because we'd love to hear it, alright? See you out later.